Hello, welcome back to Math is Easy, Step by Step. So, in this part 2 video, we're trying to solve and determine which option A, B, C, D, and E is the correct answer. Okay, so given the f of x equals 2x squared minus 3, which statement below is true about the average rate of change of the function f of x, which again I've explained is y. And as we left off in part 1, I went over the formula to use. And it's very important you understand slope-intercept form. And you can watch my video on that, but here I'm going to give you a very brief tutorial so we can continue to answer these questions. But if this seems confusing, go back, watch those videos I suggested. Also watch PEMDAS. That's the order of operation. It'll show you steps you need to take in order to simplify correctly. So, slope-intercept form, f of x, which is the function, it means the function of x, is y, and y is the f of x. Listen, they're just the same thing. So I could have write f of x here for y, but the actual formula is y equals mx plus b. That's slope-intercept form. Each of these values means something, and you want to go back. Please watch my videos to understand what each of these mean. Okay, it's very important. I'm going to take my time and kind of just giving you a general tutorial of what this M stands for. Okay, what it means. Now, this is just the formula where the B, the X, the M, and the Y, they all have a value. Okay, these are all considered variables, and they all have a value, right? Remember, a variable is a letter that represents a real number value. We just don't know what that number is yet. Check out my videos on variables. Okay, I go over those invisible ones and variables. They're very, 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 very helpful for you if you haven't had a chance to practice those or understand them. So here we have a function y equals, and again, function essentially means a graph. We could graph this equation given certain values in this form. We could graph it, and a function is a graph to keep it very simple. F of x means you can graph. I could graph y equals mx plus b given some of these missing values in the function or the equation you see here. All right, so what does m mean? M, that number that's in front of the x, m, right in front of the x is your slope. Okay, and your slope will always, always, always be a fraction value, where the top portion of the fraction or the numerator will be your y value. Okay, the bottom portion of your fraction will always be, that's the denominator, will represent the x value in this particular type of form, right? For the slope. Slope will be rise over run, or y value over the x value. Okay, that's about as much as I'm going to get into for this video. Again, if you need more information, if that's confusing, please watch my videos. I've tried to upload those videos to help you out in understanding slope-intercept form. Okay, so here I would like to show you again, m in our slope-intercept form is slope. Slope equals y over x. So looking down here, again, f of x is the same as y. Okay? Equals m times x plus our b value. Here is a negative 3. And I know in the problem they didn't have a plus sign here, but guess what? Negative 3 is a term. 2x is a term. I can put a plus sign in between any two terms, and it's not going to change a thing. Okay? So I want you to look at the m value here in front of the x, right? The m value is 2. And so that's all that they show here is a 2. Now, many of you might say, hey, that's just a 2. There's no fraction there. Well, you would be wrong. Underneath that 2 is an invisible 1. Check out my videos on invisible 1, okay? This is a fraction, and every slope is a fraction. Every one of them, even if it's just a whole number you see in front of the x, there's an invisible 1 underneath. That's the dot, dot, dot over 1. That's what that represents. where 2 is my y value. That invisible 1, or 1, is my x value. Okay, I wanted you to see that because it's very important. Every slope, or m, is a fraction. Okay, is a fraction. So here, I want to bring this up so you can see this here. So f of x is y. Our slope, or m, is 2 over 1 times x plus that negative 3, right? So again, this is, other than the y, this is the function they give you in the problem. Again, you can put a plus sign right there in between these terms, and it is perfectly okay. So to sum up, in this part 2 video, m, or that's the value in front of the x, is equal to y over x, which in this case, for this particular function, is 2 over 1. Now, in each option, A, B, C, D, and E, they give you brackets, right? They don't give you the x and y. They don't give you the ordered pairs. I'm telling you. These brackets they give you represent your slope. They represent your slope, or your y over x, or your y over x values, right? That's also known as an ordered pair, right? You can graph these values as a plot point on an x and y coordinate plane. All right, or most likely you've seen them without the brackets, but with parentheses. Ordered pair, x value, y value. So your x value is 1, your y value would be 2. All right, so for options A, B, C, D, and E, they're giving you the slope. Okay, they're giving you the slope. Remember, stay tuned for my last video of this series. I'm going to show you how to answer, or at least guess with a high probability that you're going to get the answer correct on the exam based upon some of this information I'm sharing with you now. Okay, I don't want to overload you. I just want to explain what the m value, or the value in front of x, is, the slope. It will always be a fraction, and that's what you're seeing here in A, B, C, D, and E. Now, in the next couple of videos, I'm going to go over problems A, B, and C, and showing you how to use the formula that I introduced to you in this first part video. All right, where this becomes very important, your ordered pairs, in order to determine if the interval they give you, the option intervals for A, B, C, D, or E, is correct. Okay, it's very important. So I want to really take my time and go over this with you so you can see and understand this stuff. Hey, if you're finding these videos helpful, please like, follow, and share these videos. Remember to stay tuned for that very last video. I'm going to give you kind of like a test-taking cheat, kind of like a cheat strategy in order to guess with high probability the correct answer. But until then, I'm going to show you how to answer these questions. Thank you for joining me. Math is easy. Take it step by step.